So you want to get started making videos, or you want to improve the quality of the videos that you already make. However, you don't have a huge budget and you really don't know what equipment you need to buy. Well, let me tell you, stop searching. This video is for you. I have bought years of video equipment and I have pulled them all out of my closet to show you what you truly need and the things that you can pass on. Hello everyone, it's Lolita and welcome to another episode of Lolita Loves It. As you are already aware, in today's video I am going to walk you through all of the camera equipment that I have bought over the years. I'm going to share with you the equipment that I love, the equipment that I hated, what I feel is absolutely necessary, and the things that I think that people can pass on. I know that over the years I have wasted a lot of money on things that I absolutely did not need, and I do not want you guys to do the same. So whether you are a mom who's taking pictures of their kids and you just want higher quality photos, or whether you are a small business owner who's taking videos and pictures for their small business, or if you are an influencer just getting started, or an influencer who's trying to up your game and create higher quality content so that you can attract more people, this video is definitely for you. So the very first thing that I want to start out with is lighting. So if you know, you already know that lighting is like #1 when it comes to videography and photography. You have to properly light your subject, which could be you or someone else, or your scene. Whatever you are taking a video of, it has to be properly lit. If it's not properly lit, the quality of your picture or video is automatically decreased. So over the years, I have been experimenting with a lot of lighting. I know that you guys can't tell right now because I figured this lighting situation out. I'm standing in my living room right now and it is dark in here. Like, it looks bright and white, but I promise you, it is not as bright as it appears. I have learned how to trick the camera so that I can get the lighting that I want. So first, let's start talking about the very first piece of equipment that I bought other than a camera was this fabulous ring light. Most people get started with ring lights because they're simple to use. They provide a good amount of light, honestly. They're transportable, etc., etc. Now I am going to link all of the products that I talk about in this video in the description box below. I also wrote a blog post about it if you want to read the blog post. However, some of the equipment that I have here is pretty old because, you know, I bought this many years ago and it's still it may not be sold on Amazon. If it's not sold on Amazon, I will link something that is very similar so that you can check it out. But this ring light was really good. It got me started out, but the thing is, to me, now I am not a lighting expert, but what I noticed when I was shooting my videos, if I'm close to the ring light, it was absolutely fabulous, but it doesn't cast light that far. So if I step away, say if I walk to my fireplace over there, then there would be no lighting. So I needed more lighting than the ring light could provide. In my opinion, if you are doing things that are stable, say if you are filming videos at your desk, this is perfect for you. Say if you are filming makeup tutorials, something like this would be perfect for you. Say if you are doing singing videos, this would be perfect for you. Something simple, easy, ready to go. And what I noticed is that on Amazon, the ring lights usually come in bundles, meaning you usually just don't get a basic ring light. Along with the ring light, they have like a bunch of extra stuff. So I will definitely link that down below because you can get a lot of stuff for the price of one thing if you go with one of those bundles, which are usually worth it. The other thing I want you guys to pay attention to if you decide that you want to get a ring light is that this is an 18-inch ring light. I tried to find the largest ring light at the time that I can find, and I'm just gonna hold it up to myself so you can see. Look how big that is. So I knew I needed as much light as possible, and this was the option. I recommend, even if you do close-up things, that you still get a bigger light because more light is always better than less light. All right, so here's the ring light. In my opinion, it is definitely a good buy if you do things that are stationary, you're not moving around, and the light can be focused at like one focal point. Then ring lights are really good. After I figured out that this ring light was not going to give me enough light, because I noticed that when I'm in places like my house and it's so dark in here, I needed light from different directions so I wouldn't cast a shadow. And you, as you start to play with your lighting, you'll notice that sometimes you'll put the light, you know, in different angles and it'll give you a completely different view, sometimes shadow, sometimes without. So I noticed for my situation, I needed more than just this. It was just not enough for me. So I ended up upgrading. I call it an upgrade. I ended up upgrading to the soft box lights. These boys right here. Okay, let me go back a little bit so you can see it. So yes, this right here, this is called a box light. When you buy them, they actually come 2 in a pair. So every one I've seen on Amazon always comes 2 in a pair. I haven't seen one that's just sold by itself. But this bad boy casts a lot of light. And of course, all of these things that I'm telling you about right now, I have them kind of low, but they are adjustable and they can go really high. So the other thing about this light is that here you can take it off, and there is the light bulb. This is a massive light bulb. Let me bring it a little closer to you. You can see that. It's a pretty massive light bulb that's in here. Yeah, it's like the size of my head. The thing about the light bulb is this light bulb is breakable. This is an old school, it's like glass, like it will shatter, it will crack. You have to be very careful with these. And then the other thing is that the stand here, even though it is a very tall stand, it's very lightweight, which is good and bad. It's light. The bad part of it is the fact that this is top heavy. You can just see right here that we have a tiny little pole and a very heavy top, and then the base is not that wide. So what I noticed that I had problems with, this would tip over sometimes. Like, look how easily I'm touching it. So it has a tendency to want to tip over, so you just have to make sure that it's secure. I actually use this for, I don't know, I've been using this for many years, and I actually still use this sometimes to cast like extra light when I need extra light. Obviously I'm not using it today, but I will show you what I am using today in 1 second. But back to this light bulb. I have broken these light bulbs. They have broken on their own. I have cracked them. They do blow out easily. I've had to replace them. So as far as this light goes, you are going to require some maintenance with it because it's not LED. This is a daylight bulb, so the lighting is really good and everything, but you do have to buy replacement bulbs for this, and I do have a link for replacement bulbs. They're not that expensive, and probably depending upon how much you use this, you might have to buy a replacement bulb, I would say like once a year. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. I've been dealing with it forever. The other thing about this, and I'm just going to screw this back in so it does not break. The other thing about this is that all of these things, they're portable. So this comes in a black bag where you can fit both of these together. This is like an umbrella. So when you take the light bulb out, you can pop it and it closes just like an umbrella. It's really light, easy. The only reason that I decided not to continue to use these and I had to go get another set of lighting was because I tend to film videos in different places around my house all the time, and these are kind of cumbersome to be like lugging around and having to set up and everything. And then in addition, if you've seen any of my older videos, when I'm sitting in my office is not that big. So having 2 huge lights in a cramped space, it was a lot. And these lights put off heat, like melt your makeup heat if it's too close to your face. So I ended up having to go and get this baby. So this is definitely my current favorite lighting choice, okay? As you see, it is very lightweight. This is considered a tabletop soft light, I believe it's called, or softball, or box light. I have it linked down below for you guys, but it has a couple of features that I love. It only has one feature that I don't like. So let me just start with what I do not like about it is that it has an on and off switch here. However, it is not dimmable, meaning once you turn it on, that's the light you're gonna get. You cannot adjust the lighting. However, I'm gonna take this part off. You can see in here, this is a regular light bulb. I mean, regular light bulb socket. I believe that the light in here is like a daylight, super bright type of light, like daylight lighting. and it casts really good light. However, if you do not like this type of lighting for your videos, all you have to do is unscrew this, just like this. It's a light. And go get a different light and put it in here. It's just that simple. So you can definitely customize this one a little bit more than you can customize this one, because this one with this light bulb, I don't think it comes in any other colors or anything, temperatures are what light bulbs are called. And in this one, you can do whatever you want to do with it. In addition, the thing that I like about it is that it is an umbrella style, but this one is adjustable so that you can focus your light. That's the reason. And it has like this this cord lock here, so you can pull it. And then say if you're photographing something really small and you want to focus your light just on that object instead of focusing your light on everything, this is perfect for that, because you can do that. The other thing I love about this one currently is the stand. This is the best stand. It is metal, but it's like powder coated, so one, it feels good. But two, it is super sturdy. For this to be so lightweight and so small, it's very, very sturdy. And it's so easily adjustable. Like, it's adjustable at the base, in the middle, at the top, and then at the neck. So this is absolutely my favorite lighting source right now. And like I said, it comes with two. I'm using one behind the camera to light me from this direction. That's why this is a little bit brighter, and plus the windows are there. But I can go set this one up on this side and have complete coverage, and I don't have to worry about it being so hot and so bright, etc. So if you are looking for a simple tabletop solution that's easily transportable and you can put in a bunch of different places, this bad baby, this is what you need. Okay guys, so now let's talk about actual cameras that you should use. I'm gonna start this out by saying right now, if you are using your cell phone, that is fine. You do not have to drop hundreds and hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars to go out there and buy some type of equipment, some type of expensive camera. Like, you do not have to do that. If you think about it, your cell phone is probably worth between $600 to $1,000. So you literally have like $1,000 camera in your pocket, and you should use that. Honestly, I use my cell phone 90% of the time. The only time I don't use my cell phone primarily is when I'm shooting YouTube videos like this. For that purpose, I use a Canon Mark G7X, which is the standard camera that most YouTubers start out with. I will definitely link that below. And I can't really show you that camera right now because I'm filming this video on it. It's an excellent camera, and the fact it has a flip up screen, so like I'm looking at myself right now, I can make sure my video is clear and that I'm in focus. I mean, it's the best thing. If you are going to go out there and buy a camera, buy one with a flip up display so that you can see yourself while you're filming. It's important, to me at least. Now these cameras, a lot of people, they want to get out there and they want to buy fancy cameras, which is good and great, but you don't need it. I never use these cameras. Literally, these cameras are like tucked in a cabinet. I had to go find them because I never use them. Like, literally ever use them. They haven't been used in years. And even with this one, I ended up getting this one as a gift, and I wanted the 50 milliliter lens. That's why this lens is so big. If you do a lot of photography, especially like when you want to blur out the background and just have the person, you know, in the front, a 50 millimeter lens is perfect for that. And also probably product photography is really good for too. But like I told you guys, I use my cell phone for my product photography. It's so much more simpler and easier for me. Now, let's talk a little bit about camera stands, because you are going to have to get some type of stand, some type of tripod, because if you are filming videos, then, I mean, you can't do all your videos as a selfie. You need to have a place to put your camera or your phone on. And then in addition, you don't want shaky videos and you want really clear, you know, pictures. So tripods are always the way to go. I am going to try to pop up a video, but my camera is on the tripod that I recommend right now. It is from Amazon and I love it. It is so sturdy. It will never fall over. It's easy to use. It's easy to carry around. It is super adjustable. Like, I went to an event and I pulled out this tripod and somebody was like, "Where'd you get that?" They love mine compared to other people's tripods. I have seen some tripods that are so skinny and flimsy that once you put a camera on there, it just falls over. Like, make sure you invest in a good tripod because it will last you years and years and years and years to come. Mine has been around for a very long time and I still love it. However, I came across an issue when I started doing a lot of like close-up videos for my products that I was posting on TikTok and different places, you know. And the product photos were just like, or product videos were, you know, top-down videos. You really cannot do those top-down videos where you have the camera up here and you're filming what you're doing, you know, on your desk or whatever down there. You really can't have those type, a tripod, because it won't give you the extension that you need. So I went back to handy dandy Amazon and I looked for a solution, and now I have a new favorite. I guess it's called a tripod. I really don't know what it's called, but I literally love this thing. Look at this. You're probably like, what is that, Lolita? So this is an adjustable arm. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 different access points. And literally you can turn it, and I'm going to sit it down so I can do this. You can turn it and it moves, look. It literally can do whatever you want it to do. So when you're filming those product photography videos, you can extend the arm like this and then point it down. It's so awesome. It also extends up if you need it really tall. It does everything. Like, just the fact, this arm right here, it looks crazy, but because it's completely like ball and socket, you can do whatever you want and put this in whatever position. You will never get that with a regular tripod. So when I found this out, I literally love this so much. I rarely use my tripod anymore. The only reason I'm using my tripod right now is because I'm holding this and I wanted to show you guys this, because normally I would just put my camera on this. This is so amazing, and it's considered tabletop. It's really not that big. If I put it on the floor, it'll come up to my waist kind of area. So it's not something you would use if you want to shoot, you know, like how I'm shooting right now. But this is so good for tabletop photography, videography, all of that type of stuff. This is literally a game changer, and you must get this thing. I don't care if you don't get nothing else that I'm talking about today. This, you will be like, oh my gosh, she was so right. Like, how did I live my life without having this contraption? How did I live my life without it? You know, and then when I went to on Amazon and I was looking for options before I bought this, I came across this, and they just showed like how a lot of people who do like cooking demonstrations, they use this in the kitchen because it doesn't take up floor space. They can put it on the counter, they can point it down onto the stove. I was like, this thing is amazing. Like, everybody needs this. So this is a hell yeah right here. So my next favorite thing is this. This is a Pivo, and it's amazing. It's so amazing. I wish I used it more because I think that is so amazing. So essentially what this is I don't know exactly what they would call this, but it is like a cameraman. It tracks you wherever you go. So the way it works is, let me get my cell phone. You download the Pivo app on your cell phone, and then it has a button here, you turn it on. I don't know if this is charged right now, but let's see if it'll turn on. No, it's not charged. I haven't charged it in a while. So essentially you put this here in there like this, and then once it's on and it's connected to the app, you tell it how to track you. So if you are walking around, it will literally follow you. It turns, you see how it's turning? It will just follow you as you walk around. You don't have to touch it or do anything. You can tell it to track your face. So wherever it sees your face going, it just follows you. You can tell it to track your entire body. So just as it sees your body moving, it follows you. I mean, this thing is so unbelievably cool. It's literally like someone's following you around with a camera, but no one's there except this. It's just amazing. Now, in my opinion, I use it because I film a lot of like vlog type things where it's like you're watching me, you know, as I do things around the house. Like, this is good. This is also really good if you are a dancer. Say if you are a dancer and normally you just put your cell phone up there and you just get over here and you start dancing. what if you got this? This will literally follow you wherever you dance to. It'll be doing the whole thing. It'll be following you. I mean, amazing. When I was researching things, I actually researched this thing for about a year before I hit the buy button. Like, I was obsessed with it, but I was like, I don't want to spend the money to buy it. Like, that was my whole thing. I was like, can I actually use it? All this type of stuff I was thinking. And so on the Pivo website, they actually have where I believe their #1 target audience was like equestrians, people who ride horses. They have so many videos and how-to videos for people who ride horses. I guess equestrians, they have to film, you know, as they're galloping and jumping over, you know, the barriers and all this type of stuff, and this is perfect for that. And now other people have adapted it to be perfect for so many different situations. Like, say for instance, if you were like an instructor, like a fitness instructor over Zoom, this is cool because you can do like your Zoom fitness class, but you use this with the Zoom, and now as you move around, you know, doing your stretches, exercises, it follows you, and your students can see everything that you do. I mean, this thing's so cool. What you can even, like, I just have so many ideas for this. Let me digress. I'm sorry. We're gonna continue on in this video because there's a million ways that you can use this thing. Now, is this necessary? No, it's 100% absolutely not necessary. Do I love it? Yes, I absolutely love it. But this truly is just a gadget that it will enhance your videos. 100% enhance your videos, but it's not necessary. So what I would recommend is that if you have all the other equipment and you're just ready to go a step up, this is your step up. But if you don't have the basic equipment, get that stuff first. Get this once you start making more videos. Now, speaking of having a cameraman work for you, if you are taking just photographs of yourself or of someone else, but particularly of yourself, the #2 thing that you need after a tripod, because you need a tripod first, but after you get that good tripod, you have to have a remote control. Okay, because it is so hard to take pictures of yourself, trying to set a timer, running back and forth, like that is not gonna work. I know I have a Samsung phone, so I can take pictures just by holding up the palm of my hand, which I tend to do a lot, especially if I'm just like kind of impromptu taking pictures. I'll just like hold up my hand, take my picture. Cool. And if you have a Samsung, you know what I'm talking about. If you are an iPhone person, sorry. But here, this is awesome because this remote control is so tiny. You literally, when I used to take a lot of pictures with this remote control, sometimes I still do. You just hide it in the palm of your hand and you can take your pictures and nobody knows that you're like hitting the button as you're taking the pictures because it can be hidden. I also used to do this a lot. I used to have it in my hand, but then when I pose like this or something, and I'm still clicking it and nobody knows I'm clicking it. So this is an absolute must after your tripod, that you need a remote control to help you take your pictures. Now, for some cameras, and let me point this out, and I think that this is why I don't use it that much anymore, is that some cameras have problems connecting to these, so you want to make sure you buy a good one, because the very first one that I bought, I wish it was still working, but I used it to death literally, and it stopped working because I would just turn it on, it connects via Bluetooth, and then I would just instantly start taking pictures. This one, they make me have to use an app. It's like this whole process and it just irritates me. So I was like, I don't know if I want to use that. And then the other thing is, if you are using an actual camera instead of your cell phone, a lot of cameras don't have Bluetooth technology. So you would want to pay attention to see if your camera can even connect to this. I remember when I was using one of these cameras down here that I showed you guys earlier, I wanted to take pictures with this, but there was no Bluetooth technology. So I ended up having to get a remote, but this is a wired remote. See the long cable? This was the only type of remote that would connect with this Nikon that I have here. I mean, it got the job done, but I would have to always like hit the button and drop the remote, so like the remote wasn't there. But this could be an option for you. So if you cannot find a wireless Bluetooth enabled remote, then you can go and get an actual cable remote, but it's just gonna complicate things. And frankly, I think that this is a waste. It's not necessarily a waste, but I would not rebuy this again. I would pass on it. Now let's talk about microphones. So microphones can be a thing, and it can definitely increase your video quality. Now, here are two microphones that I have used over the years, and I just want to share with you what they do. So the first one is a lapel mic, okay? The lapel mic is like what you see, you know, on the news or TV when they clip a mic here to their lapel, you know, and then as they talk, it picks up everything. So here, this is it. And hold up, let me sit this stuff down. And the little soft part, it came off. Oh, here it is. I tried to save it. So here, I'm showing you this mic. Oh, there you go. And the soft part came off of it, but you don't really need this part, so it wasn't a big deal to me. So this is the soft part I was referring to here. See if I can get this to focus. Oops. Okay, it's not going to. There. And simply you stick this on top of here, but what I noticed is that it just always came off, so I just left it off. But this is what a lapel mic normally looks like, right? Okay. Now this one is not wireless. This one, as you see, has a tangle of wires. It's really long. I don't know how many feet this is, but this thing is minimum 6 feet long. Like, there's a lot of cable. So you can you plug one end into this where you're recording to, and then you clip the other side to you. Another thing about this is my clip broke. So this is another reason that this thing annoyed me. And did I save the clip? No, I didn't save the clip, but the thing that clips to my lapel actually broke like pretty early on. So I don't have that either. So what I used to do was I would simply just sit this down like on a table in front of me as I recorded a video like this or something, just so that it could still pick up, because these are very powerful. Even though this is small, it is mighty and it will pick up everything. So it's still good to have. I honestly don't use it that frequently anymore. That's why it's kind of bundled up and jumbled. I just don't have a need for it anymore. Because now when I do my YouTube videos, I just use the camera's microphone, and it tends to be okay. I know that I can buy a microphone that attaches to the Canon, so that I can have you know, a hot mic on there. But frankly, I think that that's optional, and I don't want to buy that right now. so I'm just using the camera's microphone. However, I did recently buy this pretty microphone. Look how fabulous it is. It comes in different colors and everything. So I bought this microphone here because I do a lot of like Zooms in you know, podcasts and things like that. And for those things, I want really good quality sound, because when I'm filming like different videos for my coaching program or whatever the case may be, sometimes it doesn't show my face. It's literally just the computer screen and me talking. So I want to make sure that my words are very clear and audible, and this thing picks up everything. I highly recommend this for any podcasters out there, anybody who does voiceovers, anybody who just needs to make sure that their voice is heard clearly. This is the way to go. I love this cute little microphone. I actually just leave this sitting on my desk all the time now because I just think it's adorable, and it's so easy to use. It's a USB mic, so you simply plug it. I just plug it right into my computer, and then when you're setting up your audio, it will be listed there. This is called a Fifine, Fifine. So Fifine will be listed there. You select that as your microphone choice, and you're ready to go. That's it. So easy to use. Now, to wrap up this video, there are only 2 more items that are absolute must, that you must get if you are going to do any type of videos out there. And these are not optional. I'm telling you, they are not optional. So the very first thing is spare batteries. I will tell you that it hurts my heart every time I'm recording a video like this and then I see on the screen as I'm talking to you guys, the light is blinking red. It's like counting down and I'm trying to finish my sentence and get it out before it completely dies on me. It's a horrible experience. You don't want to have to go through that. So what I do is I have 2 batteries and I leave one battery on the charger all the time and the other battery in my camera, and I just swap them out, excuse me. So right before I record a video, I take the old battery out and pop the new one in to make sure that I have enough battery life. And if it's a super long video, I hurry up and put the spare battery on the charger because I know I'm going to need it. Especially if you're doing vlogs and you're walking around doing stuff, always have extra batteries on you because your battery will go dead. It will. There's no maybe it'll go dead. It will. It's not like a cell phone that like how on your cell phone sometimes like your battery can last like for 24 hours and you never charge it, and then sometimes your battery only lasts for 4 hours and you're like, why I gotta charge my phone already, you know? With the actual camera, the one that I have, the Canon GX7, your battery's gonna die. Ain't no if, but it's just when it's gonna die. So just know you better have backups ready to go. The next thing that you absolutely must have, and I wish I would have bought this from the jump, but I had to learn the hard way a whole bunch of times before I bought it. Extra SD memory cards. It sounds so simple. You're like, duh. No, it wasn't that. Like, I had SD memory cards at home. I was like, I'll just use those. But as I started filming more and more content, especially content like this, those SD cards fill up so freaking fast. And the worst thing is, like, once again, you're filming this video and it's looking at you and it's counting down, talking about space full on SD card in the middle of your video. Horrible feeling. You do not want that feeling. Make sure you have a backup SD cards, always available. And I do want to point out that every SD card is not equal. I found that out the hard way too. When I finally decided that I was going to break down and buy some spare SD cards, I went to Amazon. I bought the cheapest ones with the greatest amount of storage space. That was what I was looking for. I bought that one. I was all excited, you know. I put it into my camera and started recording a video, and in the middle of my video it was like SD malfunction. What? I literally lost about 3 videos with that messed up SD card before I was just like, go buy a real one. So now I only buy name brand SD cards. And I don't want you to make the same mistake as me. Do not be cheap when it comes to saving your content. You want to make sure that you buy quality SD cards. So everyone, that wraps up my highlight overview of all the equipment, or the majority of the equipment that I bought over the years. What is necessary, what is not necessary. And just to summarize, those tabletop lights are necessary. I love those things. They are my favorite lights right now. If you need more light than just the tabletop, then yes, go ahead and get you a big box light right there, like this. I only recommend that ring light if you are starting out and you are just like, you know, you're just filming up close and not a lot of stuff. So that's my recommendation for lighting. As far as cameras, as I told you guys, I'm using the Canon Mark GX7 for all of my videos, and then for my pictures I use my Samsung cell phone for my pictures. Always have a remote control, because you need to have a remote control if you're going to be taking this stuff by yourself. If you have someone always taking your pictures for you, then you don't need a remote control. But most of us, we're solo out here. We got to make it work. Always have a good tripod. The tripod that I'm currently using, which the camera is on right now, will be linked down below. I'm telling you guys, I get compliments on this tripod because it is nice and sturdy, and it kind of looks kind of cool too. And then what else do I recommend? For the microphone, I recommend that Fine microphone if you are doing, you know, a lot of voiceover stuff or close-up type voice stuff. That is the way to go. And then I also definitely recommend this Pivo, but this is a treat. I only want you to buy this Pivo if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you got some extra money laying around, you want to treat yourself, get the Pivo. If you on a budget, this you don't need this. If you're on a budget, you don't need this, but the other stuff you absolutely need. And last but not least, my absolute favorite thing that I am obsessed with is this right here. I love this thing so much. There's so many uses for it. Like, I could just go on and on about all the things you could do with this thing. This is absolutely necessary if you are doing things that don't require you to stand up. I'll say it that way. If you're required to stand up, get the tripod that I'm recommending. If you do things where you're not standing up, this is what you want right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you comment down below what equipment you already have, what equipment you plan on buying. If you have any questions, pop them down below also, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and then hit that thumbs up button to say that you liked the video. And guys, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Lolita Loves It, and I will see you all soon.